Good morning, students. Today we will continue the same chapter. Yesterday we have seen the grammatical part of this lesson, and the lesson name is The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. So we will be continuing this same grammatical part which we have discussed in the last class. Grammar. Read the following sentences and notice the underlined words. It's always quiet in the country. Sometimes it is quieter than today. My grandfather says that our village is the quietest among all the villages in our district. The underlined words are adjectives, but they are in different degrees of comparison. The first one is in positive degree, the second and the third are in comparative and superlative degrees respectively. So this in this sentence we see there are three different words, means it is same word with three different degrees. So what is that sentence? It's always quiet in the country. Sometimes it is quieter than today. My grandfather says that our village is the quietest among all the villages in our district. So, what it is? Quiet, quieter, quietest. So, these underlined words are adjectives. And do you know what adjective is? An adjective is a word that is used to add something to the meaning of a noun. Means if we add something to the meaning of a noun, it is called adjective. Here we are saying how the country is, means we are saying that it is quiet and it is sometimes quieter and sometimes it is more quietest. So we say that we are explaining the, means we are adding to the noun, so it is called adjective. The underlined words are adjectives, but they are in different degrees of comparison. The first one is in positive degree. Which one? Quite is in positive degree. Second is comparative degree. What is that? Quieter. And the third is quietest. It is superlative degree. Here is a list of adjectives. Write the other degrees of them. The first one is done for you. Use a dictionary and check your work. Note, usually short words take er and est as suffixes to form other degrees. So here uh, it is a note that short words use er or est as a suffix for to form other degrees. Means here positive degree they have given us for example also. One is positive degree. What is that? Dark. Dark is positive degree, comparative degree is darker, and superlative degree is darkest. So below they have given some words for us. What are they? They are small, rich, safe, clever, tall, bright. So we have to write the comparative degree and superlative degree for them. So I have written one for you here. Small means small, smaller, smallest. So remaining words you have to write and complete the exercise. What it is? Rich means rich, richer, richest. Safe, safer, safest. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Tall, taller, tallest. Bright, brighter, brightest. So you have to write this comparative degree and superlative degree and you have to complete them. Note, words with two or more than two syllables take more and most respectively in comparative degree and superlative degree. So what they are saying here, words with two or more than two syllables take more and most respectively in comparative degree and superlative degree. So we will see those words. Positive degree is useful. Comparative is more useful. Superlative is most useful. So here some are the words. They are beautiful, interested, doubtful, precious, delicious, dreadful, cheerful. These are the positive degrees, and we have to write comparative degree and superlative degree for them. We have already seen one example. What is that? Useful, more useful, most useful. And I have done another one for you. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. So, what are the remaining words? Interested, doubtful, precious, delicious, dreadful, cheerful. For these words, you have to write comparative degree and superlative degree. So, what it will be? Interested means more interested, most interested, more doubtful, most doubtful. Precious means more precious, most precious. Delicious, more delicious, most delicious. Dreadful, more dreadful, most dreadful. Cheerful, more cheerful, most cheerful. So you have to write these words in this exercise and you have to complete it. Note, unlike the above, some words change completely in other degrees. Till now, we have seen two different types. In the first part, it is adding er or est. In the second part, we are seeing that words, along with the words, we are adding more and most. But in this session, in this part, uh, some words change completely in other degrees. Means before we have seen quite, quieter, quietest, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. But in this, the words will not be same in their different degrees. They will change. So we will see what they are. Much is the positive degree, but we won't say much, mucher, muchest. So here the word will change completely. So what it is, the comparative degree is more, positive degree is much, comparative degree is more, superlative degree is most. Much, more, most. And second one is good, good, better, best. Good is positive degree, better is comparative degree, superlative degree is best. Bad, worse, worst. Far, farther, farthest. So we can see the difference here. The words in the comparative degree and superlative degree are changing. They are not similar with the positive degree. Read the following sentence from your lesson and notice the underlined word. May I stay with you? What is the word underlined here? May. The underlined word may is a helping verb. It is used to take or give permission in a formal way. So, this underlined word is a helping verb. It is used to take or give permission in a formal way. Formal way means in an official way. But can is used to take or give permission in an informal way. We also use can, like can I come in, can I leave. So we ask, but it is not in a formal way, means not an official way, whereas may is used as a formal way. Can I leave this place? This is taking permission. You can go now. It is giving permission. May has another use also. It is used to express possibility. It is not only used for taking permission or giving permission, it is also used to express the possibilities. Example is, it may rain today. It is not sure that it will rain today. It may rain, so it may rain today. That is expressing the possibility. We are saying it may, but we are not giving guarantee. So for that also we will use may. Read the following sentences and say what they mean. Choose the right answer from the choices given. May I come in, sir? Is it giving permission, taking permission, or expressing the possibility? Yes, it is taking permission. Normally, even we also, when we enter the classroom, we will also ask, may I come in, sir, or may I come in, madam. The same way, you means what you are doing, you are asking permission to get into the class. So, it is taking permission. So, the first one is B. So, you write alphabet B in the bracket. So the first one is B. Second, Sindhu may come to India next month. What it is? Is it giving permission, taking permission, expressing possibility? Yes, it is expressing possibility because she may come. They are not telling for sure. It is a means it is a possibility. So it is expressing possibility. Second one is C. You may use my cell phone if you need. Is it giving permission or taking permission or expressing possibility? Yes, it is giving permission. Means you are saying if you want you can use my mobile. So you are giving permission. So third one is A. Can I take leave of you? Taking permission in a formal way, taking permission in an informal way, expressing possibility. While explaining this, I have told you can is used in which way? In informal way, and may is used in formal way. So, what we are seeing here, can I take leave of you? Can means it is informal. So, what it is? Taking permission in an informal way. So, fourth one is B. The dog may attack you if you run. Giving permission, taking permission, expressing possibility. Yes, it is C, expressing possibility. The dog may attack you if you run. If you run, the dog may attack you. So, it is a possibility. So, fifth one is C, expressing possibility. Rewrite the following sentences as directed. The boy seems to cry if you do not buy an ice cream for him. So, express this using may. We have to express this sentence using may. And what is the answer? The boy may cry if you do not buy an ice cream for him. So, here where we are using the instead of seems to, we are using may. The boy may cry if you do not buy an ice cream for him. So students, you have to write these answers in your textbooks while explaining. While I am explaining you, you have to write in your textbook where the space is provided for you. So you have to write now. I think you have written the blanks also in your textbook. So now we will now you have to write these rewrite the following sentences also. So we will see the second one. You can use my camera if you need. It is giving permission. So give permission using may. So what will be the answer? Yes, you may use my camera if you need. So write in your textbook that you may use my camera if you need. Third one is he seems to be a nice man, expressing his possibility using may. He may be a nice man. So you are not saying means you can't give guarantee. So you are saying that he may be a nice man. You want to leave the class now. Take permission using may. May I leave the class now? So using may it will be may I leave the class now. And the fifth one is Raju wants to use your water bottle. Give permission using may. So you have to give permission. So what you will say? You may use my water bottle if you need. You are not saying you use my water bottle. He's saying that if you need, you use my water bottle. So what you will be writing? You may use my water bottle if you need. Roman number 3. Read the following sentence from your lesson. I wish there was an air conditioned coach. The above sentence expresses unreal past. I wish there was an air conditioned room means it is expecting that it would be a air conditioned coach. So it is an unreal past. So we use wish plus subject plus past tense to express unreal past. Normally to express unreal past we use wish plus subject plus past tense. This sentence means I am sorry there is no air conditioned coach. Now express the wishes of the people mentioned below using unreal past. Unreal past means wish plus subject plus past tense. The first one is done for you. So here they have done one sentence for our example and we have to complete all the sentences. What is that first sentence? Sindhu has missed her school bus. She has to go to school urgently. She wishes to have a car. How would Sindhu express her wish? Answer is I wish I had a car. As Sindhu missed her school bus, so she is thinking that I would have car. So how she is expressing I wish I had a car. So we will see the second one. Anita wants to abolish the system of exams. She wishes to be the prime minister. How would Anita express her wish? How she will express I wish I were the prime minister. As she want to abolish the system of exams, she wish to be the prime minister. So how she will be expressing? She will express in this way how I wish I were the prime minister. So write I wish I were the prime minister. Third one is Srinu's father has a car. He wishes to drive that car, but he doesn't know how to drive a car. How would Srinu express his wish? How he will express I wish I knew how to drive a car. So he's thinking that if I know how to drive a car. So he's explaining how he will express his feeling. I wish I knew how to drive a car. So write this sentence in your book. I wish I knew how to drive a car. Sharmila wants to play tennis, but she doesn't have a tennis racket. How would Sharmila express her wish? I wish I had a tennis racket. So write, I wish I had a tennis racket. Fifth one is Mahendra wants to get first rank in the class, but he can't. How would Mahendra express his wish? How he will express, I wish I got first rank in the class. So write fifth one as I wish I got first rank in the class. Now we will see the other part, writing. Write a letter to your friend inviting him or her to your village to spend summer holidays. Write about your family and the places where you will take him or her. So, this activity is for you, means you have to write a letter to your friend inviting him or her to your village to spend summer holidays. So, write about your family and the places where you will take him, who you will invite your friend. So, you are inviting your friend to your village for summer holidays, and you in that letter you have to mention about your family and the places where you are visiting. So, this is the homework for you. You have to write a letter inviting your friend to your village to spend summer holidays. Students, now what all the homework I have given for you? First one is you have to complete the degrees of comparison. Two types of degrees of comparison I have given you homework. So you have to complete them, and also you have to write a letter to your friend inviting inviting him to your village to spend summer holidays. In that, you have to mention about your family and also the places where you will be visiting. Okay, students, we will continue the remaining part in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.